My name is Robert Mosqueda. Here to present the brand summary for the corporation that I chose. It was Apple, for the Apple iPhone. Basically, with the brand summary, Apple Corporation, the iPhone 11 is a brand within itself. It has taken its brand and has become so recognized around the world. The iPhone separated itself from the competition, namely the iPhone 11, offering the 3-lens camera, which has become the number one use for people's phone, which is the camera. Improving on that definitely allows consumers to take note of that and interest. The target market description with Apple, actually, they analyze and break down target markets, and they break them into segments and use variables like city, size, climate, region, and density to determine who their target market is. The segment that it targets are people who have specific characteristics. Some examples of these are like upperclassmen, people who are willing to pay more to enjoy the experience that is better. That is something that Apple has been able to do to target those people. Response, the consumer response in marketing is essential, though. It's essential in business because the way Apple uses this type of marketing, they've given themselves a competitive advantage, which kind of distances themselves from the rivals. Consumers respond. It actually, the way they respond plays a huge role in marketing and ultimately to the success of the company. Because once the consumer purchases the products or downloads something from Apple, normally they are loyal to the brand and they continue to do so. Apple uses the information that they get from the consumers in their response, and they use that to drive the consumer closer with information and with new products and features. Brand influencers, certain ones are like family members, parents, the siblings, spouse, grandparents, and things like that. They play a big role in influencing the brand. And so what you'll see a lot of is, if the family is on a family plan, which normally happens, that all of them will use the same brand phone. So in my case, throughout my family, everybody pretty much gets the Apple iPhone, excuse me. And with this Apple iPhone, it carries on through generations, because of the fact that the family is a big influence on that brand. And also friends play a big role. You start to have things that they've mentioned, word of mouth. I know some of my friends have switched to Apple because of the influence that I have, and telling them how it's better for them to switch from what they had before. Coworkers is another brand influencer. You spend a lot of time with your coworkers, and it could either build a trust relationship where these people can give you advice on a brand and you'll follow it, or it could even be like a competition where you see your coworker get something and it makes you have to go out and get it as well. Diffusion of innovation. The diffusion of innovation model with Apple Corporation has been in place from the beginning. They started off with people trusting the brand early. So way back when they first started off, not just with the iPhones, but with pretty much all of their products, they were able to get a lot of people to jump on the technology train with them. So as they progressed, the consumers that started with them from the beginning also continued with them even today. I know that there's people who, like myself, who didn't start off with Apple, but later on down the road, when I saw the technology and the things that Apple was coming out with, I definitely was one that jumped onto that because of the the higher technology advances that they made.